Shalom, how's everyone doing? Today is day 42 of the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, and we'll be learning Siman Seif Beis. Let's begin. Beis HaKisei, a bathroom. Af apishi yishlam mechitzos, even though it has walls, ve'ein bat tzoa, and there's no tzoa in the bathroom, tzrichin laharchek mimenu, we have to distance ourselves from it. V'lechein, therefore, safsal ha'asoyim nekev, if you have a bench that has a hole in it, shema'amidin tachtav garach lipanos, love that you put up beneath it a pot to use the bathroom on. Af apisho tzius hagraf, even if they would remove the pot, v'chisuas hanekev b'daf, and they would cover the hole with a board. Mikamakom yish l'safsal said din beis hakisei. This bench is a din of a beis hakisei. Utzrichin l'hotziu min habayis. If you want to see devarim shebigdush, you either have to remove it from the house, or to completely cover it. Ach imhu kisei hamyuchad yeshiva. However, if it's a chair that's meant for sitting, u'mechuse bekar le'yeshiva, and they would cover it with a cushion to sit on it. Only when they would have to, they would remove the cushion and they would use it as a bathroom. And then they would return the cushion. With this, they could be mekel and say devarim shebigdusha near it. Okay. So until now, we've been dealing with the halachas of saying devarim shebigdusha near tzoa. And obviously, we had the dinim that applies. Either if you're within 4 amos of the tzoa, it would be asur to say devarim shebigdusha. Or if you're below einav, right, you could see the tzoa, it's asur to say devarim shebigdusha. But here we have a new din. We have a new din of beis hakisei. That the same halachos should apply. That if you're either within 4 amos of a beis hakisei or you're below einav, you could see the beis hakisei, it would be asur to say devarim shebigdusha. And this comes from the Gemara Maseches Brachos. The Gemara Maseches Brachos says, and Daf Chafei, that one is not allowed to say devarim shebigdusha if he's next to a beis hakisei, even if the beis hakisei at the time doesn't have any tzoa in it. It's a new din. And if you look at Rabbeinu Yonah, this is the same din deoraisa. Just like there's a din deoraisa by tzoa, you can't say devarim shebigdusha if you're by tzoa, so sure the same thing would apply to a beis hakisei. Right? If you look at the Beis Yosef, though, the Beis Yosef says, even though the Gemara says that you can't say devarim shebigdusha near beis hakisei, that only applies to a beis hakisei that doesn't have any walls. And he explains, back in the times of the Gemara, they would just, use the bathroom in very open area. It wouldn't have any walls. That would have a din of a beis hakisei. That would have a din because there's nothing basically separating you and the beis hakisei. Therefore, we would have these dinim that one can't say devarim shebigdusha by it. However, if there was a wall there, as the Magen Avraham explains, he says it's like a case of kafa kli al tzoa, right? It's like a case of you have tzoa. You put like a covering over it. Then you could say devarim shebigdusha. So that's why the Beis Yosef says that if there are walls to the beis hakisei, there would be no problem saying devarim shebigdusha near it. However, both the Magen Avraham and the Taz, and the Mishnah agrees with the Magen Avraham and the Taz, they disagree with the Beis Yosef, right? Because if you look in the Magen Avraham and the Taz, they quote many places in Shas where there's an idea of a beis hakisei that has walls. That most of the times in Shas when we have a beis hakisei, it is even a place that has walls. And this Gemara in Brachos that talks about saying devarim shebigdusha near beis hakisei, there's no reason we should assume it does not have walls. Right? And as the Magen Avraham explains, he says that even if the beis hakisei has walls, it still has a din of a beis hakisei, and you actually would not be able to say devarim shebigdusha even near the walls. And he proves this from the Gemara. Right? The Gemara says that even a beis hakisei that has never been used before, right? So there's no tzoa in there. It's still asur to say devarim shebigdusha by it. So it's obviously not really a din of tzoa like the Beis Yosef was explaining. Beis Yosef explains that the walls separates you and the tzoa, so you're fine. But the Magen Avraham says nothing to do with the tzoa. There's a new din that a beis hakisei you can't say devarim shebigdusha by, and he explains. He says the mechitzos asman havian kegraf shel rei, because there's a halacha that we'll actually learn tomorrow that if you have a vessel, and that vessel is used for holding tzoa, even if there's no tzoa in there, you cannot say devarim shebigdusha by it. So the same thing with the walls. The walls of a beis hakisei, they're meant to, contain an area with tzoa in it. Therefore, one cannot say devarim shebigdusha even if there are walls separating you and the beis hakisei. However, if you look in the Chazon Ish points to an interesting line that the Taz says. The Taz says that the walls are miyuchad lekabel tzoa. That's what the Taz says. and that's why there'd be a problem to say Devarim Shebegdusha by the walls. The Taz says because the walls are meant to hold the Tzoah. So the Chazon Ish takes that literally, and he says, okay, if the walls are literally there to hold the Tzoah, that would be a problem of saying Devarim Shebegdusha by the walls. However, the Chazon Ish says, our bathrooms, the walls themselves aren't there to hold the Tzoah. The Tzoah is never going on the walls. So maybe both the Magen Avraham and the Taz are talking about when they say that you can't say Devarim Shebegdusha facing a wall of the Beis HaKisei, they mean that's only if there's going to be Tzoah that goes on the wall. The Shevet Levi rejects this Chazon Ish, and he says it can't be, because the Magen Avraham himself quoted the Gemara that says even if there's no Tzoah in the bathroom itself, like it was never used before, it would still be usher to say Devarim Shebegdusha. So obviously it's nothing to do with actual Tzoah being on the walls. And when the Taz says that it's the walls are there to accept the Tzoah, that's what he says. It just means that this area is meant to accept Tzoah, and the walls are included in that area. Right, so what do we have now? Right, we still have this halacha that one is not allowed to say Devarim Shebegdusha by a Beis HaKisei, even if that Beis HaKisei is separated by walls. So let's think about our bathrooms, right? A bathroom in somebody's house, right? That bathroom has walls, right? So obviously you can't say Devarim Shebegdusha in the bathroom itself, but even right outside the bathroom, even if the door is close to the bathroom, that you probably can't even face the door. That's what we're saying now, because that door has a din of a wall of a Beis HaKisei, and as we're saying, we don't accept the kula of the Beis Yosef that walls serve as a separation. The walls themselves have a din of a Beis HaKisei, and therefore, even if you were near the wall, you probably cannot say Devarim Shebegdusha. Okay, that's what we're saying until now. But then we have a different Taz, and the Mishnah holds like this Taz, other posting hold like this Taz. That this halacha, that you're not allowed to say Devarim Shebegdusha, even if there's a wall separating you and the Beis HaKisei, that's only a Beis HaKisei in like a field. That's what the Taz says. And I'll explain it as follows. Let's say you have, like, for argument's sake, let's say you have a porta potty. Right? What's a porta potty? It's a bathroom, and it has walls to it. So if you look at those walls of that porta potty, you could easily say, like, yeah, those are walls of a bathroom. Okay, that would have a din of mechitzos of a Beis HaKisei, and you can't say Devarim Shebegdusha by. But let's take a bathroom in somebody's house, right? The bathroom has walls, but those walls serve two purposes, right? It serves as a wall to the bathroom, and just a normal wall of the house. So there, the Taz would say that a Beis HaKisei in somebody's house, obviously you could say Devarim Shebegdusha by the walls of the Beis HaKisei, because they're not just walls of the Beis HaKisei, they're walls of the house itself. So that's great. So now we have a kula to say Devarim Shebegdusha by walls of a bathroom in somebody's house, because it's not just walls of a bathroom, but it's also walls of the house. What about the door, though? Right, let's say you have a door to a bathroom, and the door is closed. Can you say Devarim Shebegdusha by that door? Is that also considered a door with a dual purpose, one of being a door to the bathroom and also a door of the house? So if you look at both the Igros Moshe, this is an Even Ezer Chilek Al Siman Kuf Yudal, and also the Har Tzvi of Tzvi Zach Frank in Orach Chaim Siman Memches, they both say yes, that the door, we have this heter of the Taz even by a door. Right, because the door doesn't only serve as a door to the bathroom, but it's also a door to whatever room you're going into after you leave the bathroom. Okay, so just to sum up what we have now, so let's say you're in your house, there's a bathroom in the house, the door is closed. Even if you're right next to the door, you can see the door. The door does not have a din of a Beis HaKisei, even though usually the walls do, but since this door has two purposes, one is used for the bathroom and one is used as a door to the house, you would be able to say Devarim Shebegdusha right by it. Okay. Now the question that we have to deal with, that the poskim talk about, let's say the door is open. What's the case? Let's say you have a bathroom, the door is open, you're mamish looking into the bathroom. Is there a problem to say Devarim Shebegdusha looking into the bathroom? So, let's think about it. Right, so there's a halacha that the Beis HaKisei has a din of tzoah. Right, we were makel if there was walls covering it, because the walls could serve as a separation. At the end of the day, because if the wall serves two purposes, but here there's no separation. There's no separation between you and the bathroom. So maybe if you're looking in, that would be a problem. However, the Igros Moshe is makel for two reasons. One, he says that we know that there's an opinion of the Rosh, right, that usually there's a halacha, if you're facing tzoa, you're malo einav of tzoa, then you're not allowed to say dvarim shebekdusha. However, the Rush says that that's true if you're in the same room. But if you're in a different room than the tzoa, even if you're literally looking at the tzoa, you're in one room, the tzoa is in another room, you're looking at it, you're allowed to say dvarim shebekdusha. So Rav Moshe says the same thing here. I'm in one room, the bathroom is literally another room, I'm looking at it, that's fine, it's a different room, you're good to go. Even if the door is open, it's still considered a different room. That's heter number one. Heter number two is, we're talking about Beis HaKisei here, right? This whole time we've been talking about a bathroom. Are our bathrooms really a Beis HaKisei? So he says, probably not. He says, there's something we've mentioned before, that our bathrooms are probably Beis HaKisei de Parsai. Alright, what's a Beis HaKisei de Parsai? A Beis HaKisei de Parsai is that, it's a type of bathroom that right when you use the bathroom, the tzoa leaves the bathroom. It doesn't linger there. And if a bathroom like that does not have a din of a Beis HaKisei, so, who cares that you're looking in? It's not really a Beis HaKisei, so it would be fine to say Dvarim Shebekdusha next to. A problem with two of these heterim, right? Heter number one is that it's considered a different room. That might be the sheet of the Rush, that if tzoa is in a different room, you can say Dvarim Shebekdusha. But according to the Rashba holds, no, Malo Einav is Malo Einav. That if you could see the tzoa, right, and we're saying a Beis HaKisei, even if it doesn't have tzoa, has a din of tzoa. So even if you're in another room, but you could literally see the bathroom, according to the Rashba, that still would be a problem. And second, our bathrooms might not be comparable to Beis HaKisei de Parsai, because it lingers there for a little bit until you flush it. So once again, maybe it's not the best idea to say Dvarim Shebekdusha if you're literally facing the bathroom. So therefore, if you look in the Sefer Zos Bracha, it quotes Rav Elyashiv, and first it quotes Rav Moshe, and he says if you want to rely on Rav Moshe, you could. You could say Dvarim Shebekdusha even if you're literally facing the bathroom with the door open. But then it quotes Rav Elyashiv, and he says, no, maybe our bathrooms do have a din of bathrooms, and maybe we hold like the Rashba, that if you could see the bathroom, it has it's going to be a problem. And so he says you could do one of two things. Either you could close the door, right? Once you close the door, this is considered a mechitza that separates us from the bathroom, so that's okay. Or you could close your eyes, because even though the Rashba has a shita that you can't see the tzoa, but once it's in a different room, there is a heter to close your eyes. And once again, this whole thing would only apply if you actually see the toilet, right? We're saying the rest of the Beis HaKisei probably doesn't have a din of a Beis HaKisei. That's what Rav Elyashiv would say. And this would only be a problem if you actually see the toilet, because that's where the tzoa actually goes into. Okay, shkoyach.